Hi Leo, my ascendant brothers and sisters, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much. You know it means the world. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you, or should I say us, on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for us. What is the destiny card for the week, right? What is the overarching energy or theme that's taking place here? And this week we get the Devil card, right? So the Destiny card is asking us, what are we tied to? What is it that we refuse to let go of? What is it that we're telling ourselves or fooling ourselves into believing we cannot let go? What is it that is holding us back in our lives, and how do we transcend that? Well, you only find the transcendence when you're able to admit that there is something that you are unable to let go of. And when I say admitting that, so the Devil card can represent an attachment, an unhealthy attachment, or even an addiction. So when you see this as your Destiny card, it's basically saying this week you've got to do the work, Leo. You need to delve deep, to dig deep within inside yourself and say, right, okay, what is it that I'm holding on to that I know I shouldn't be? What is it that is holding me back because I'm holding on, right? It's a really kind of clear-cut message for us this week. So then the Direction card. How does this shape up? What is it relating to, or what is it that we're going to be asked, or even possibly sometimes forced to look at? And this week we get the King of Swords, right? So your mind, your intellect. Where is it that you're lying to yourself, Leo? Where is it that you are telling yourself one thing, but you know the truth of it is something completely different? Why do I say that? The King of Swords represents your mind, your intellect, your ability to think. It represents your smarts. It represents your academic and professional outlook. It can also represent an air sign male. So this would be an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. And it could suggest that somebody of that ilk will feature this week. And it might be a conversation that you have at work or with a colleague, or with somebody that you actually look up to or respect, and they may highlight to you where it is that you're really holding yourself back in some way, shape or form. And the thing is that the feeling that I get from this, it will only become evident to you when they point it out, right? So it's almost like they're going to say something to you and it just sparks this whole thought train that makes you go, well, holy shit, I didn't even realize I was still doing that, or I didn't realize I was still telling myself that, or buying into that idea that is actually holding me back from my truest potential. Really interesting. So let's have a look at, sorry, I got itchy nose. What is the insight for the week ahead? And this week we get the Moon card, right? So we're looking over our past, we're combing through the past. Now the feeling that I get from this is there's going to be two ways, or one way that this will happen, right? It will be through some sort of communication or conversation that you have. It's going to spark this whole train of thought. Now you've got to stay on the focus, right? You've got to stay on. If you descend into a spiral of poor me, oh it's so bad, and oh I can't believe, like, you can't do that this week. Stay focused, because the more you stay focused, the better it's going to be. The Moon card suggests with the insight that you're looking back at something, right? You're looking back at something in your life that has held you back, and you're pinpointing where it actually happens. That's the thing about the King of Swords. No bullshit. Goes straight in, looks at the thing that needs to be looked at. What needs to change? What is the thing that is in the way? What is the thing that you are actually attached to, that you've been trying to lie to yourself about not being attached to? Well, the Moon card here is basically saying the insight will come when you look over your past and when you look into your personal history. And once you see it for the clarity that it truly is, clarity piercing the fog, with the King of Swords there, excuse me, And then the Moon card, this is about going through it and saying to yourself, right, okay, it's an echo, it's a shadow, it's something that's already happened, it's not happening now. And by acknowledging that within myself, by understanding that within my lifescape and my life path, I know that not only can I transcend this, but it's just a cycle that I have already been through. And if I go through it again this time round, it will be me making a conscious decision to go backward. Right, this is really a very, very clear-cut week. I'm being very, very serious here, Leo, because you're going to get a glimpse into something that's been stopping you from achieving for a very long time. Once you get to that root cause, you can really start to fly. This is a week to really do that internal work, to really go into it to the depths that you dare, and come out of it emerged a brand new person. So not easy cards, but definitely worth the process. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. If it's not too personal, let me know how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.